Satnam, beloveds. I am Maura Davey with Source Studio, and I had the honor to hold a women's circle this past weekend with the Conscious Connection. Because the information we shared is so powerful, I wanted to share it with you here as well. But first, please know the first Saturday of each month we will be meeting online, so please save our next date of January 2nd, 2021 for a New Year's Women's Circle. Now, what I was so excited to share is everything that is coming up this December 21st, 2020. Normally, I would be talking about Yule and winter solstice, but it's 2020. It's the year of 2020 vision, and there is so much more than just the end of the longest day of the year, which is winter solstice, and more light coming in. They are now saying that December 21st, 2020 is the end of the Mayan calendar. I've also heard something about the Star of Bethlehem appearing in the sky for the first time, and I forget if it was 2,000 years or 20,000 years. That I have not looked into, but there is just so much to look into, and you might even feel it. It almost feels like the earth is at a boiling pot. It's like a boiling pot, and it's just about ready to spill over. And it kind of is, so please prepare. Winter solstice means the earth is at its maximum tilt from the sun, so it's the farthest from the light. And on the following day, December 22nd, the days start to get lighter again. On this same day of December 21st, we have the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. And here is where I'd like to point out, as above, so below. When we understand what's happening in the sky, we will have help with working through what is happening with us now. You can think of the word conjunction to mean coming together. December 21st, 2020 is when the two largest planets, Jupiter and Saturn, come within 0.08 and 0.1 degree of each other. It's called a double planet. You can picture it as a figure 8, and it will be viewable from the naked eye on Earth. Now, I'm not an astronomer. I really struggled in college because of the complicated math, so I don't know how close 0.1 degree is in space, but I do understand astrology quite well. I have been studying it consistently since I was a teenager. So here's what I can share with you about this conjunction, which is fully connected to what is happening on Earth right now, as it was all planned out to align with this massive astrological shift. Which, before I get into the astrology, as a side note, it has been 800 years since these planets aligned in this way. Now, what this is a battle in the cosmos, and please remember, as above, so below. Jupiter is the guru planet. It guides expansion, magic, wisdom, enlightenment. And Saturn is the lord of karma. It governs order, rules, structure, government even. Jupiter is connected to Zeus, the Roman god of war, Saturn to Satan. In fact, Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn, and in the tarot, Capricorns are represented by the Devil card. It is all connected. It goes very deep. I'm not going to get into who or what Satan is here, but because I myself am Capricorn, I study Saturn and the devil energy, which is represented in the earthly realm. So Capricorn is an earth sign. It's grounded, it's money, addictions, and things of that nature. And what is happening is the battle between awakening, so Jupiter energy, or staying in the dark, the earthly energy. Is money and government going to be what continues to run our planet? Are we going to be controlled on what we do with our bodies and our families? Well, the answer is no. Jupiter is the biggest planet in the solar system. It is brighter than Saturn, even with all of Saturn's rings, and the light always wins. It's just a matter of time. And Saturn is the lord of time, and I heard one creative person say that the time has come, that the third wave is coming, and it's going to be a wave goodbye to the corruption and to the injustices that are going on globally. I'm gonna have to do a whole nother video to get into those things shortly, but for the purpose of this and to stay on track, we are shifting from 3D to 5D. Now, I'm not a total fan of those words because I think that they can make people feel left behind, and that's not what yoga is. Yoga is oneness, and to get to this 5D state, it doesn't require much more than awareness. Now, let me share with you the 5D as I have seen and understand it, as well as how we're getting there and how to work with this conjunction. So take a breath and imagine a place where there is enough food for everybody and we only take what we need. Where everyone is a teacher and a healer, where we can communicate just by putting our foreheads together. Can you imagine that? Because I can see that happening. And what this shift is doing to our bodies, well, if you're not sleeping very much, but feel so much excitement and energy, that is normal. If you feel extremely tired and need more rest, that is also normal. Even if you feel like you're moving when you're laying down. And I know this sounds crazy. I imagine this must be what vertigo must feel like. It's as if you can feel the water in your body like vibrating around. You might feel tingling sensations by your third eye. You might get headaches. So what do? Obviously, drink more water and naturally support what is happening in our bodies. Our DNA is changing on its own. I'll get into how that is happening in that next video, but we do not need a vaccine to change our DNA. We are ascending and our spirits will not be held down. We create our new normal. We will not have it chosen for us. So how do we get through this conjunction? You may want to just quickly grab a pen to get the work started now. The first and main step is accountability. Thank you very much, Saturn. Remember, the Lord of Karma. For this conjunction, we must take responsibility for our own pain and for why we do the things we do. We can no longer stay trapped in blaming others for our feelings and actions. And that's a lot, so let me just take a quick sip of my tea here. Also, if you have done something to yourself or to someone else that is not in alignment with your good values, then make it right. In physical form or in spiritual form, whatever you choose, make it right, or Saturn will make it right for you. Okay, our next recommendation, next step is to pay attention to your dreams. If you don't have time to write them down, then at least lay in bed for a little while and try to remember them. Then meditate on them throughout the day, or just think of your dreams, because the dream world is carrying many messages right now, and lots of us are receiving many dreams. Our third step is forgive. There simply is not a lot of space for bitterness after this 12/21/2020 shift, because if the bitterness stays, it can bring problems. So let me quickly share what has helped me to forgive. Forgiveness does not mean we are okay with what happened before or that we will allow it to happen again. All forgiveness is acceptance of the past. We accept the past for what it was, moving on. To our fourth step, which is to go outside. They're trying to keep us inside and in the dark of what is happening in the sky. 12/21 is on a Monday, so an hour after sunset, go outside, look to the west, and see the two largest planets getting the closest they have ever been. Which leads me to the last and fifth step, which is to do your part. I will leave this open as it's personal to you, but please do your part now, whether that means getting super healthy to be able to sustain this intense energy, or sharing this information, or saying no when it comes to what does not make sense with what is trying to be done to us now. Please do your part, and I will do mine as well. I did have a meditation for the Women's Circle that I prepared for this lecture. It involved touching our thumb, which is the earth energy, to the first two fingers, which connect us to Jupiter and Saturn in that order. And yes, the planets and all their magic are in us. So come to class if you would like to practice that with us in the next few weeks. And many, many thanks to the astrologers and astronomers who are sharing this information now, specifically to Infinite Waters Ralph Smart, whose YouTube I will share below for you to check out. If any of the parts of this message feels true to you, you will know. You will feel it in your body and your soul. And if so, then please look into the December 21st, 2020 Jupiter-Saturn conjunction. You may have already heard about it coming up on the news or online, and just know that now you are being called to feel into what's happening further. I know it's a lot, so trust in God, trust in your soul, trust in humanity, because we've got this. Sat Nam.